Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me today. As you can see, I have in front of me here, I'm doing a review of the Black Widow skin tone sets. As you can see here, they're sold in two separate sets. So you've got a set of 12 lights and a set of 12 dark tones. And I'm going to take a look at both sets together rather than just doing a separate review on both of them. Now, if you cast your mind back, I've done a review of the Black Widow, the Cobra, and the Scorpion pencils. And with regards to the ingredient and how the pencils lay and the performance of the pencils, the skin tone pencils are pretty similar. So if you've used the Black Widow or the Cobra or Scorpion pencils before and you like them, then you're going to love these pencils as well. There's a couple of differences which I'll get into in a second. I'll go through those differences with the pencils. But first of all, you can see here the tins themselves are different from the Black Widow and Scorpio tins. Obviously, when Albert was doing this, he had a theme that he was running with regards to the Scorpio, Cobra, and Black Widow. But when it came to the skin tones, he kind of had to divert from that theme because at the end of the day, it was skin tones. So this is what he came up with. I will also say, I know a lot of people are talking about how good these pencils are, and they are a little bit downhearted, so to speak, about the light fast, the lack of light fast information. That is coming. Albert is looking into this. He is going to try and get these pencils light fast tested and rated and everything like that. So hopefully that will come later on down the line. If you've been following my progress of these reviews, right from the Black Widow to the Scorpio, then the Cobra, and now these, and Albert has done in a very short period of time a really nice range of pencils and put them together, and it's all in the aid of mental health. These pencils were supposed to be, or they were brought out for adult colouring book enthusiasts, that type of thing. Hence the mental health connection with the pencils and the reason why Albert first started them up. So let's get into the review in any case. So I'll just open both sets. So also while I'm doing this, I just want to let you know as well, at the very end of this video, I'm going to be announcing a giveaway. So I've got two sets of dark skin tones and two sets of light skin tones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two giveaways. Somebody will win both sets, and then a second person will win both sets, if that makes sense. Okay, so just moving those over there. So as you can see here, I've sharpened the pencils, but the images, I'll have images coming up on the screen here periodically, and you'll see how the pencils look when they first come. The first major difference, I'm not too sure whether you can see this or not. With the Black Widow, this is the Cobra pencil, and with the Black Widow, Scorpion, the barrel was just all black. But now, and I'm really glad that this has happened, because it's the black barrel pencil is really nice. It looks really gorgeous and all the rest of it. But as you can see here, when you come up to like your darker, your grays, that type of thing, dark greens, dark browns, it's really difficult to tell which color you're lifting up. But as you can see here, in the skin tones, there's like a pigment identifier on the very end. So let's take a look at the pencil. We'll just have a look at the say like this dark one. So first of all, the core of these pencils is beautiful. It's like a really creamy, waxy core. They hold the point relatively well, but with any soft core pencil, you know, what you get in performance of the pencil, you know, you lack a little bit in maintaining a point, and you're going to have to sharpen it, that type of thing. But that's just, there's pros and cons with every pencil. With a hardcore pencil and soft core pencil, they've all got their pros and cons. It's a hexagonal barrel. The core is actually 3.8 millimeters, so it's a nice thick core. And the barrel is 8 millimeter, just under 8 millimeter barrel. As you can see here along the barrel in really plain gold writing, it's so easy to see, which is really nice, because whenever I'm doing photographs of other pencils, it's really difficult if the light's hitting it to get a good shot of it. But as you can see here, first of all, it just says skin, just to let you know that this is the skin set. Then here we have SD, and on the that's SD stands for skin darks, and then on the skin lights it's just SL. There is a number there, and the number corresponds to the pigment, and then it says the name of the pigment here as well. So it is a very different pencil in terms of how it looks, but this little pigment identifier on the end is a really welcomed addition. I think a lot of people are going to find that really useful going forward. I'm not 100% sure whether Albert's going to be doing this right the way, if he's going to be changing the sets, the Black Widow, the Scorpion, and the Cobra, whether he's going to be putting pigment identifiers on the end of those as well. But it's a question I will ask him. I will put to it, and if you go across to my written review, I'll have an answer up on the written review. I am going to try and do some artwork with these pencils, but portraiture is not my forte. I am diabolical at portraiture, and so I don't think I'm going to do these pencils justice trying to do something. So if I do add some artwork, I'll have links down below to the speed drawing and the stills page, but if not, you'll just have to go with this test. Okay, so I've swatched the sets out. So this set here, let me just zoom in a little bit for you, is as you can see here, it's the Black Widow dark skin tones. This gives you a little bit of a better indication of how the pigment actually lays down on paper, and I'm also going to show you what it looks like on black paper as well here, so I'll do that in a second. But you can see here that the pigments selected are really nice. They're going to give you a really nice layering effect whenever you're doing portraiture. Then on the other side, we've got the Black Widow light skin tone. Now, I'm guessing that when some of these pigments were selected and stuff like that, that we're not just talking about skin tones and stuff like that. It's for portraiture, so I'm guessing that maybe some of it is for hair and that type of thing as well. But you can see here in the lights, the pigments that I think are really beautiful here in the lights is the eggshell, the murk, and the brown fog. Sorry, not frog. The rust and the saffron as well are really nice. I think maybe some of these other ones are a little bit too bright, and the blush as well is a really nice color. The sunburst, maybe, I'm not too sure. But like I say, I'm not a portrait expert. So I'm not 100% sure how some of these other, like the sherbet, the pretty pink, the carrot, and the fairy floss, I'm not 100% sure how they would incorporate into a portraiture. Maybe if you're doing something like anime or something like that, they would really work well with that type of, those types of skin tone, or Disney characters, that type of thing. But in terms of real life portraiture, I'm not sure how these pigments here, this sherbet, carrot, saffron, or sorry, sherbet, carrot, fairy floss, and pretty pink, I'm not sure how they would incorporate into a portrait. But maybe you guys can tell me differently, some of you portrait artists out there. Back onto the dark skin tones, I can see every single one of these colors being used for dark skin tones, even this beautiful wash purple. If you have a look at, I'm not too sure whether any of you have it, If any of you's got Aliona Nicholson's book, her book on portraiture, if you take a look through there, how the kind of like the old masters used to do portraits, they would do it with like greens and build up the layers of the skin tone, and like I say, it would start off with greens, which is where these like this beautiful olive gold comes in, and this suede, which is a little bit like ginger root. If you're familiar with some other portrait type colors in like the Faber-Castell Polychromos and Caran d'Ache Luminance, you might recognize some of these other pigments quite similar to those that you're already used to. Okay, so in terms of performance, like I say, if I can get some artwork done, it'll probably just be an eye and the skin around the eye or something like that. But for now, I've got two of the light skin tones here, and then I've got two of the dark skin tones. The top line here is just one light layer, and you can see there that even, and I'm talking like, you know, holding the pencil at the end, you can still see that the pigment is really strong and rich. The middle layer here has got 5 light layers, so the layering ability of these pencils, although they're really nice and waxy and stuff like that, they layer really well. Now the paper that I'm using here is just a hot press watercolor paper. It's some Derwent hot press watercolor paper, and then this bottom line here at the bottom is just one heavy application of the pigment, so you can see here how strong and vibrant that the pigments are as well. Now I'm going to show you these pigments because they're very, I think that, you know, they're quite opaque looking. So, and there is a white pencil in the lights, so we're going to have a little look at that. I'll just move that over to the side. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same colors that I used in the layering. So this one here is the light. It's the brown fog. And I'm just putting heavy applications down. I'm not like doing layering or anything like that. I'm just showing you how the pigments lay on dark paper. This one here is the eggshell from the lights. This is the leather from the darks. You can see there that the pigments are very, very opaque, really, really nice, rich pigments. And then this one here is the olive gold, again from the darks. And then finally we have the white, which is called just snow. You can see there that there is a little bit of crumbling, but again, like I said to you, if you're the type of color pencil artist that likes a soft core pencil, it's just one of those things that you are going to have to expect. A little bit of crumbling, that type of thing. Nothing too dramatic, but you tend to find that a lot of soft core pencils do crumble a little bit. The hardcore pencils a little less so, but so hang on, there we go. Okay, so you can see the pigments there that I've put on this dark paper, this black paper. We have the snow here down at the bottom, which is the white pencil that comes in, like I say, in the lights. Then we've got the brown fog and the eggshell, both in the lights. And then the two dark pigments that I picked up was the olive gold and the leather. Now I'll have an image of this up over on the Art Gear Guide as well, because sometimes the camera doesn't pick up the colors as well as what my digital SLR does. The camcorder. So if you want to go across and take a better look at this, you're more than welcome to do so. So all in all, I think Albert's done another fantastic job bringing out this set of pencils. He had spoke about bringing out a skin tone range a long time ago. He spoke to me about it, asked me if I would send him like some pigments, like ideas for skin tone. So I sent him a few. I'm sure he asked other people to do it as well. So he had like a really nice collection of them. But again, with the Black Widow, the Cobra, and the Scorpion pencils, I really enjoyed those, and I really enjoy these as well. I'll have the prices and links to where you can purchase these over on the Art Gear Guide, but the prices are really, really inexpensive. Works out less, just under £1 per pencil. I think both sets are going at the minute in the UK here at about £11.99 for a set of 12. So really inexpensive for what you're getting. Like I say, don't worry too much about the light fast. I mean, unless you're going to be doing commissions and all the rest of it. I've gone through this a multitude of times. Light fast is important if you're going to do, if you're selling your work, if you're putting it into galleries, that type of thing. If you're not, if you're just doing artwork for your own pleasure, for your own practice, that type of thing, light fast isn't that important. Or if you're doing it in adult colouring books as well, that you don't intend to take the pages out and hang up somewhere, it's just a passion for you. Light fast isn't really that important. Nevertheless, it is something that Albert is looking into. He is looking into this and going to try and get his pencils rated, in which case it'll set those people who would like to know the light fast ratings, it would set their minds at rest. Right, okay, so there's just one last thing that I just want to mention, and I hope Albert doesn't mind me mentioning this, because he's already received some comments from people about this, and I just want to kind of like put this to bed right away. There's one of the pencils in here, and it's the pigment name, and that's the pigment name there, okay? Now, if you look at a lot of charcoal pencils, a lot of really dark charcoal pencils, or some of the graphite pencils that are really, really, really black, that have carbon in them or that type of thing, they have similar names, okay? Some people have come forward and started to call Albert a racist because of the pigment name on that pencil. Let me tell you now, that is so far from reality, it's unbelievable. That is just not the case at all. This is a simple pigment name that is used, like I say, for many, many different dark tones, especially in the graphite and charcoal pencil ranges. If you go across and you look at, and I'm talking big companies here, have these names for the really dark charcoal and graphite pencils, especially like the pencils with carbon in them, where you don't get that graphite sheen. You can go across and have a little look yourself and see that it is widespread in the art. There's lots of paints as well have that name on for dark paints as well. So it's got nothing to do with racism at all. I would not associate myself with anybody with so much as even a tiny bit of racism in them. And I can tell you now that Albert is not that type of person at all. So I just wanted to clear that up, because I got an email from him. It's not bothered him. I mean, it was just a conversation between him and I. He had just mentioned it. He's kind of like washed it away because of the stupidity that it is. But I just wanted to mention it here in this video, because I think, given what Albert has done with these pencils, and for the mental health movement that he's kind of like trying to help, I think it's really disingenuous for people to come out and start calling him that on the basis of one pigment name. And like I say, it's a widespread name within pigments of really dark values. Just take a look yourself, Google it, you'll see lots of them. So that's all I wanted to say on that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to do a giveaway. So let me just show you that now. Put the wrong tins on there. Okay, so I have 2 dark tones and 2 light tones to give away. Okay, so I'm going to be doing it in a set. So somebody will win a light and a dark, and then another winner will be selected for a light and a dark. As with all my giveaways, it's globally. If you follow me, if you put your name, if you put a comment down in this comment section down below, then you're in for the competition. It's as simple as that. I'll post anywhere that the mail services go to. So all you've got to do is leave a comment in the comment section down below. Anything at all, doesn't matter what it is. It's just so that the software that I have can generate the names, and then it pulls them out, pulls out a winner whenever I need it to. So that's the only reason why I need you to leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you want to. I'm never really dead pushy about subscribers. I don't always say at the end of my videos, you know, please like, comment, and subscribe. The way I see it is, if you want to comment, if you want to subscribe, if you want to like the video, you're going to do it. You don't need me to tell you to do it. But when I'm doing these giveaways, it would be nice if you subscribed or liked the video, but it's not necessary. The only thing that's necessary is just to leave the comment, and like I say, the only reason that is necessary is for the software to be able to select your name, because sometimes I get hundreds of comments on these giveaways, and I can't write them all down and put them in a hat and pull them out, so I've got to use the software. Now, I will announce the winners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run until the end of March this year, and I will announce the winner at the end of March. Okay, so it's just over a month and 10 days or something like that, or whatever it is, for people to, you know, share the video and get it out to their friends and all the rest, for other people to get in on the giveaway. And somebody could end up with, or 2 people are going to end up with a set of these pencils, really nice pencils. Anyway guys, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you all again in the next video. Thank you so much for all your support, all your wonderful comments, and all your feedback that you give me on these videos is just absolutely fantastic. I've mentioned this once or twice as well. Your feedbacks, if I'm doing a review of a set of pencils or something, a product or whatever it is, and you've got your own personal experience of that product, good or bad, doesn't matter what it is, you leave your comment down in the comment section, and what it does is that helps other people who are looking at my reviews to, you know, to go out and buy something. The comments down below also help that person, because then it gives them a wider range of views and opinions of the product, and it helps them determine whether they want to go out and get it. I try to give as completely unbiased, honest, and scientific reviews as I can, but I'm not perfect. I'm sure I get things wrong sometimes. So that's why the comments and opinions down below are so welcomed by me. I really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thanks. Bye.